I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best small forwards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. Let me know in the comment section down below who are your guys' favorite small forwards used right now in my team. And of course, let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But coming in at my number 10 spot is going to be Pink Diamond Larry Nance. I truly believe small forward is probably the most stacked position in the game, at least from, number 2 all the way to like number 15. You could realistically have everybody from 2 to 15 change in the other order. Like, I think Larry Nance is the 10th best small forward, but some people might have him a lot higher. I do think he's a really good small forward, though. He's 6'10" with a 7'1" wingspan. I mean, he just gives you great all-around play and is a very good rim runner as well, having a 95 standing dunk, 96 driving dunk with a 97 vertical as well. So I mean, the card's super good at getting to the rim. He's also going to be pretty fast, having 90 speed, 90 acceleration, great all-around defender. I mean, he's pretty much got 90 in every single defensive category, at least the ones that matter, like interior defense, perimeter defense, steal, and block as well. So I mean, at least stats and badges wise, this card does look to be really elite. Obviously, him not having that many shooting badges or no shooting badges at all obviously is a little bit of a flaw with the card, and only an 83 ball, but I do think he actually has a pretty capable jump shot. Very easy to green in my team in the game. Not going to be the best jump shot, but I think for your small forward, Larry Nance going to be the 10th best in the game. Now coming in, I'm at number 9 spot. A forgotten small forward in my team, I will say. Like, when this card first came out, he was super hyped. Everyone thought he was going to be like the best small forward in the game for a while, but obviously besides Tim Thomas. But since Powell has really dropped, at least on my top 10 list, he's a small forward, power forward, 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan. Like, Harrison Barnes isn't going to be in this top 10, which is crazy to say because that Pink Diamond is such a good small forward. Like I was saying earlier, there's just so many good small forwards in my team right now, and I think it's probably the most stacked position. But Cincy Powell just going to be a super good all-around small forward, just like Larry Nance. He gives you some great all-around play, super fast, 96 speed, 96 acceleration, and does have some pretty good driving, pretty good dunking stats as well, with a 95 driving dunk, 75 standing dunk. Defensively, going to be very solid, very similar to a guy like Larry Nance. I just like Cincy Powell a lot more on the offensive end because he's got the Chris Paul dribble style, the Garland size up, and the John Wall escape. He can just move so much better than a guy like Larry Nance. For me though, Nance is obviously a little bit taller and probably has the better play model, but for me, Cincy Powell just going to be a little bit better at the small forward position. Now coming in, I'm at number 8 spot. Might be a little bit low for a Galaxy-able Kawhi, but honestly guys, this year, even with Kawhi's pink diamond and diamond version, and obviously amethyst, I just think this card hasn't really been that good this year in my team. I don't know if it's strictly because of the jump shot. I mean, his release is on quick timing, but it just doesn't feel like a Kawhi Leonard jump shot in past my teams. If you guys have been playing my team for the past couple years, this card always gets the Ray Allen base, and Ray Allen base was always a great base in my team. But this year they changed it up, and his release just doesn't feel the same, and for whatever reason this just doesn't feel like a super good Kawhi card. Like, usually in my team, if this was January time and Kawhi got a new Galaxy Opal, like, he'd probably be the best or second best small forward in my team with guys like LeBron and Giannis. But for whatever reason this year, Kawhi Leonard just kind of isn't that great of a card. Like, he's still in the top 10 small forwards, he's obviously still really elite, but I just think there's better small forwards. Yes, he's going to be a really good perimeter defender. It is kind of weird how he only has a 60 block and then a 90 interior defense. For me, that's a little bit iffy, I will say, on the card, but all around, great defender. I mean, he does have high enough 3-ball ratings in mid-range, but that jump shot just isn't the greatest, but still going to be a really good defender. All around, I think he's the 8th best small forward. And then coming in, I'm in number 7 spot. For me, I think AK is just a little bit better Kawhi Leonard. I mean, they're about the same on the defensive end. I will give the nod to AK by a little bit, and just because of the fact, he has a 97 block to compared to Kawhi 60, and defensively, stats and badges wise, he's just going to be a tiny bit better. I'm not sure badges. Does he have more Hall of Fame badges than Kawhi? I don't think so. They're very close in that sense. I think it's pretty much the same. Kawhi maybe has 1 or 2 more, but stats wise, I think AK is going to be a lot better than a guy like Kawhi defensively. And offensively, I actually like his jump shot a little bit more, and I think his movement's actually a little bit better. Does Kawhi have the MJ dribble style? I think he does, right? Yeah, he does have the MJ dribble style as well, but for me, I actually like AK's jump shot a little bit more. He's taller in game, has a better player model, and for me, plays way better defense and does have a better jump shot. Very similar cards though. Obviously going to be great primary small forwards, great primary on-ball defenders, and some of the best locks in the game. But for me, I think AK just going to be slightly better. Now coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Pink Diamond Giannis. I still believe he's probably better at the power forward spot, but I still do think he's somewhere, in the top 10 small forward range. He's still 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan. I think people forget that yes, this card isn't the greatest power forward anymore with guys like Dirk Nowitzki coming out and Yi, but he's 6'11", so now you slide him over to the small forward spot with a 7' Dirk Nowitzki or a 7' Yi, and then let's say, for example, you got Yao Ming. Now you have some amazing size on your lineup. So I think Giannis is starting to become a lot better at the small forward position with so many good power forwards. So I think a lot of people, if they're going to be running this Giannis card, they're probably going to be running him at small forward. But I will say, I think we are due for a new Galaxy Opal Giannis, or a new Giannis card that I do think will be a Galaxy Opal. So I would be on the lookout in the next 2 to 3 Friday drops. I think we will get a Galaxy Opal Giannis. Obviously, there's still a lot of cards that have to come out of my team, but I think Giannis is definitely going to be due. He's a really good pack seller. But yeah, this Giannis small forward card I think is still very elite. Just going to barely miss out on my top 5 because I'm my number 5 spot. I'm going to be going with the Galaxy Opal Jason Tatum. I think if you want to go for more of a defensive guy, I think then Giannis or AK is probably a little bit better. But like I said earlier, guys, I truly believe, honestly, guys, number 2 all the way to like number 8 or number 9 could realistically be anywhere in this list. Like, I think honestly, like, who's my number 9? It was Cincy, right? I think you could make an argument for Cincy being like a top 5, top 3 small forward in the game. I think you could definitely make an argument for Kawhi if you really like his defense. Same thing with AK-47. So for me, guys, yes, this is a very close list and a very, stacked list. So I think this is probably gonna be the most like controversial list in the sense that I feel like a lot of people are gonna have different opinions. So let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys change about my top 10? But like I said, at my number 5 spot is gonna be the Galaxy Opal Jason Tatum. Obviously, after the Evo, because he does get the MJ dribble style and his jump shot and quick timing. For me, that Evo is massive for this card. I mean, and just makes his jump shot a lot faster, and this is probably what he should have came out with normally. Like, I think they should have just released his card with his jump shot and quick timing and the MJ dribble style, but at least they gave him the Evo, and now he becomes a lot better. And I think he's the 5th best small forward because he does give you solid defense, he has a good player model in game, and he's going to be one of the better offensive small forwards. For me, going to be at the number 5 spot. Now at the number 4 spot, I'm going to give it to Joe Smith. It might seem a little bit high for this card, but I know a lot of people do like him, and a lot of people are super high on him. I think he's a super elite small forward. He's 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. He gives you great all-around play. I think he's very similar to a guy like Larry Nance with their height and wingspan and player models. I think they're very similar in that sense, but Joe Smith is just going to be a lot better on the offensive end compared to a guy like Larry Nance. He's good at going to the rim as well with a 95 driving dunk, 95 vertical, has Hall of Fame limitless takeoff and posterizer as well. Jump shot wise, he's got a pretty good release. He's got the D-Rob base and the Al Horford upper and the MJ dribble style as well, which is really nice for your small forward, and the Kobe Bryant escape in the normal leaner. So he's actually got some pretty good saves, and this card's going to be super nice on the offensive end. For me, going to be the 4th best small forward. Now coming in at the number 3 spot, I think honestly number 3 and number 2 are very, very close. I'm going to give LeBron the number 3 spot. I think just for the defense this card provides, and I will say right away, his stats don't look to be that great. His stats and badges, I mean, if you look at these stats right here, you probably don't even think this is a LeBron card or this is a top 3 small forward, because his badges and stats don't look to be anything too crazy. Obviously, they're really good stats, especially for a pink diamond who came out December 23rd. Like, he doesn't look to be that crazy though, but I will say, this LeBron card, for whatever reason, I mean, it's usually like this in my team where LeBron cards just play way above his stats and his badges. Like this card, I'm telling you guys right now, once he gets a Galaxy Opal and this jump shot goes on quick timing and he gets, like, for example, the MJ dribble style and the normal leaner and maybe a good size up or a good escape, like, this card could be really, really elite and potentially even be the best small forward in my team. But for now, with this pink diamond, I do think he's going to be the 3rd best. And then in my opinion, I think Zion Williamson going to be the 2nd best small forward in the game. This might be a little bit controversial. I know Zion kind of has mixed opinions with the community. I know some people really love this card and some people don't really like him, to be honest. I think that's definitely due to the jump shot being a little bit different than normal. It is a really good base in my opinion. The O-Shaper set base, I think, is one of the best bases in my team. It's on guys like Bob Nedelecki as well, who has a great jump shot. Maybe the upper does make a little bit of a difference being on Zion Williamson, but it's on quick timing, so a great jump shot. And for me, I think this is under talked about of how good of dribble sigs this card does have. He has the MJ dribble style and the Steve Francis size up as well. So I mean, this card can move at a very high level. He's got the normal leaner, and then it's obviously Zion, who's going to be unstoppable going to the rim, and they even gave him some really good defensive stats and badges as well. So for me, I think Zion easily going to be the 2nd best small forward. And then coming in at my number 1 spot, I mean, I still think it is Tim Thomas, even though I guess you could say, you know, he's starting to become not necessarily outdated, but there's definitely some better small forwards, you know, getting released in my team recently, and obviously some really good cards with the James Harden, the Vince Carter, the Yao Ming recently, the Dirk Nowitzki. He's starting to become not necessarily outdated, but there's just a lot better cards coming out of my team, recently. But like I said, I think Tim Thomas is still going to be the best small forward. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys change about my top 10 small forward list, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.